but it's possible.
You may also just feel like this, the OD matchups mid, there aren't any that are completely unplayable. Although I think it was Mid One himself who had to play OD versus Pugna at the last major and just lost playing terribly. And after the game, it was like, you know what happened in that game? He's like, oh, OD versus Pugna, can't win.
It is playable. It's like 7-3 for Pugna. It's not great, and you're gonna lose your tower. It's just not overall, just not good. But it can work. Like if you ever get your BKB, you can actually just jump on him as well. The matchup that's not fun to play, but definitely playable later on in the game.
And what's Team Liquid looking for at this point in the draft?
I would like a partner. They need some like a hard carry. I would have loved TB, but obviously TB is banned.
Well, hard carries are...
And most of them are banned already.
We've got Beastmaster. He's the guy that can enable a lot of other carries to be even stronger.
I would say Slark is too, but his OD can pose a problem.
OD is one of the tiers, I feel like.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
It's Radiant's ban now.
Monkey. That makes sense against the Tide as well.
Yeah, I thought that was something that Secret might even go for, but yeah, Matu, of course, is beastly on this hero, can play against the Tide. Even mid versus the OD seems okay, because like the first 2 to 3 levels, OD doesn't actually bully or threaten you that much.
But when VG played it against Liquid's Monkey, he actually had like half the CS of the OD. The lane is not super good, but of course Monkey has roaming potential. This OD is more just like a static laner. But if they do...
It's like if you put Matu safe lane, then Shadow's going mid, I guess.
Yeah, that sounds rough. Of course, he got completely outplayed in the times he went middle. So I would rather stick with having Matu mid. I mean, Shadow can probably play Monkey too if they want to put it.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. No one to be carry players.
But I think you just put Matu mid, Shadow safe lane, and that's the best bet.
Maybe gonna get to see Matu on the Monkey King for the 3rd time now on stream. Definitely looked pretty insane the first 2 times that we did see it yesterday. Rounding out the draft though here. Is there anything that is missing in either of these lineups that you want to see come in at the end?
Dire right now, they have... I mean, their mid-late game damage potential is really high, but for early game, they kind of lack it. They don't really have many damage sources, so something like a partner would be good. Juggernaut. So it is the Matu Monkey mid.
Yep.
Safe lane Jug.
Comfort for Matu. Something he's always played a lot of. I seen him play pubs mid Monkey all the time, so I think he feels like he can play this matchup. It may not be favored to him, maybe like 60-40 OD, perhaps.
But he can definitely make rotations happen.
Yeah.
Which he did yesterday as well, very successfully so. Secret.
All the carries we've seen, like that second ban stage was all 4 big ones banned out and now Troll banned out, so.
I think I like Slark for Secret.
Against Jug, yeah.
Against Jug, against Beast, against Titan. Pretty good against all of the heroes. And there's not much left anyway, so.
Void. We've seen Void in some of the other groups. This series had quite a bit of success with Fnatic. Pengo had a game with the Void as well. They've got Void with OD, so at least some kind of synergy between the Chronosphere.
I can never criticize Void. I just think he's a super stable laner. He used even to be in off lane, so you can't really bully him out of lane. Super strong teamfight ultimate. He doesn't have to be the main source of damage this game, so very solid pick. I like Void.
Last game, the consensus kind of was on this desk that Liquid lost in the draft straight up. We talked about that Chen. We talked about all the issues that it had. This time, is that the case, or does it seem like they have the tools to potentially bring this all the way to a game 3?
I think they got the tools. I mean, you can see it there. They were sitting there smiling, laughing. Kuro was, pointing, giving some directions to Shadow. Their draft as a whole looks way more well-rounded. They've got the disables. They've got, I think, they're not going to get run over in the lanes.
He's like, level 6, we TP here, we take tower.
Yeah, he was talking very animatedly at Shadow, and mind control there. It was like they were both just like around his computer, like, this is what's going to happen, dude. We got this.
Get it out of the way before you're actually in the game, right? Well, Secret, we very quickly said that they had a lot to work with in their draft as well, but we're about to put these guys to the test. It could end in a 2-0. The question is, are we going to see Liquid extend all the way to a game 3?
Thanks so much, Rich. And man, oh man, Fogged, we are here. It is game number 2.
Yep.
Hard to watch, hard to see it, hard to play, I'm sure. But this time, a very different game. How do you feel about the 2 drafts?
This time Liquid has a lot more things they can do. They can actually make plays on the map. Like, Black was really like all on Matu to really make all the plays, and Kuro to kind of solidify early game. Now they've got stronger lanes, they've got kill potential, they've got heroes that can move and make plays on their own. should be a better setup for Liquid at least.
All good stuff. Let's head into the game right now. And already off across the map, Zai looks like he's going to head back the other direction. Faces Void, a little bit of a hero that we haven't seen that much. The panel was talking about it, that it was in the other groups, but at least for the mainstream, we haven't gotten to see too much. But often you run into an issue of not having a lot of damage to throw into the Chronosphere. This time you've got like wards on the outside of it. You've got Arcane Orb if OD is able to get there and the person inside is MPKB'd or whatever.
It's not amazing, but it's decent. If the OD is there, if he's in good position and he's got like he can throw good sanities, sanities is an insane amount of damage. And it's their only BKB piercing disable that they've got on this side of Secret. So if after the Jug was picked, they didn't have a way besides they didn't have a way to stop a spin TP or anything. Now they've got Chrono, they've got Bashes. The one thing I'd say about Secret Strapped is they're pretty long cooldowns. I think this is 3 of the longest ones in the game, or 3 of the longer ones in the game on their ultis. 150 on Ravage, Chronosphere is also sitting at like 140, and then OD is one of the highest on that 160. So very, very long cooldown ultis for them. Well, Liquid, they've got much faster pace game. They've got quick ulti cooldowns, and they've got a Hawk. So the biggest thing about Beastmaster is you can play around those long cooldown stuff, and you can make moves much easier in comparison, especially for them.
Yeah, it does sort of need to be obviously really good communication when you're trying to play around those ultis. And we saw there right before the game got started, Kuro was trying to do some like sign language stuff with Shadows, like crossing his arms and all weird things. Yeah. But could be something to keep our eyes on if maybe somebody happens to be out of position. But so far, Shadow's been able to definitely keep up with everything that Liquid's needed to up until this point. And it looks like it's going to be Puppey and Zai hanging out together in this bottom lane against the tri-lane.
This looks like both teams want to make sure that their off lanes get something, it seems. It's Beastmaster in the off lane versus the Shadow Shaman Sven. He'll have a lot of trouble. Tidehunter versus a Juggernaut tri-lane. He'll die, because that's what Jug provides you when you see a Tidehunter picked is you spin, and you can get a kill in the lane pretty easily versus that hero.
We did see some cool stuff last time when it was obviously against the Centaur, a very different hero, where he was going like multiple bracers, some ways to try and stay alive in that fashion. But meanwhile, mid lane, got Matumba Man versus mid 1 matchup of Monkey King versus OD. It's nice that you can go for the mischief to try and stay alive, but there it is. You talk about it, and be able to spin immediately onto Zai, but Shadow can't make anything else happen from it. But level 1 Warcry.
Yeah, Puppey was there. It's just a little bit, even just some increased movement speed to push away and just blocks a couple hits of the Elder Titan. Like ET doesn't favor playing versus Sven. These Sven supports too much, and neither versus the I'm sorry, I confused myself. ET doesn't like playing too much versus the Sven though. Warcry is amazing versus the blocks, and the one thing they can do though is have Kuro there to dispel.
Right.
Of course, with that Oracle versus the Sven.
I mean, it's a little bit tough because you also sort of want it to help set up for kills, so you kind of got to play a chicken and the egg scenario where you need to find a kill without having to use the Fortune's End or be able to get the kill after the Warcry comes out.
Yeah.
Regardless, Shadow going to try and go toe-to-toe here with Zai, but Tidehunter loves playing against these melee heroes, and Shadow, a big creep wave pushing under there. GH is going to try and push back YapzOr. He's getting fairly low. Needs to be careful. The jump forward for Nisha. Can he buy a bash? Doesn't happen.
That would have been a very fortunate bash, yes. I've mostly been looking a lot at this mid lane because we saw this matchup yesterday between Matumba and was actually playing the OD, but he did not do that right as expected. OD does have a pretty advantageous lane, especially when you hit level 4 versus a Monkey King, but Matu did a great job of roaming, and I think that's probably what we're going to see happen again once the OD builds up some levels.
Kuro again, just trying to deal with Zai here, but not easy at all. Is underneath the tower, the Beastmaster caught mind control. A rare flub from him, and he will get punished.
Wow, what, 3 or 4 tower hits? That was painful. Void, well, YapzOr again getting first blood, so we're going to see, well, we got Arcane Boots at the 3 or 4 minute mark on the Rubik last game. Same thing's going to happen here on the Shadow Shaman for Yappy.
So far, so good over here in the bottom lane, too. It hasn't really been a great kill potential. Maybe here with level 3, although I chased forward. Puppey moves into position. They might be able to find something afterwards, but they get the kill. Big play there to finish it off by Kuro.
And Tide was just starting to catch up, too, in the last hits. Up to 13, giving themselves a very nice kill. Now we've got Dulane. Dulane's kind of set back up now.
Oh. We are going to have Bounce right there to get the CS. Bottom lane, Puppey, Zai, they move back in onto Shadow. Going to try and get the slowdown with the root used, and Shadow will be able to back away.
Okay, cool. Went for the 1-1-1 build on Zai so he can put pressure with the Gush.
I like it. Should mention that
Valuable level 1 ability, like 90 mana, 110 power minus armor. Very good level 1 spell.
still does run into some issues, obviously, because you have a lot of magical damage in this lane. The 2 points in Purifying Flames is just so effective early on, as looks like they're thinking about going again, but Shadow needs to be careful. All the right clicks, moving into position, and they will have to back out again after the Healing Ward pops.
You see, Kuro is using some spells here to try to burn these Ranger up that Zai doesn't get picked up.
Another thing to keep in mind is up in the top lane, they did not block out that hard camp. So GH and pretty much consistently been stacking it out and getting a lot of damage in from it. Needs to be careful. Is Zai going to get dove in this bottom lane, and they will find the kill.
Very nice. That's like literally what we're talking about, right? The power of the Jug versus the Titanner. You can set up for those kills constantly. And Oracle also provides a lot of magic.
Tumbleman moves into position. Stormbolt goes out there. Throws out the Boundless Strike. Going to try and chase here. Warcry to run, and with that, Matumbaman is going to back away.
How many runes? Is that all? Okay, they got 3 of the bounties on this Cloud of Liquid. Yeah, pick one of them. But yeah, GH having this, I mean, I'm sorry, actually stacked that camp too a couple times. That was like, oh, I think he was trying to pull and deny the wave.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, now GH being there, he's going to be pretty happy with this. When the Spirit comes back in, we're going to see this damage. He's going to have like plus 130 or so.
Shackles.
As long as he hits the creep wave. And 153.
Jeez, Nisha, be careful, buddy. Stapler Man hits really hard.
If he hits even like 1 or 2 more, like if he hits a hero there, then he's got plus 180.
Right.
If he hits 2 heroes, plus 210. Because he's got the triple plus the small camp that he's been working with. You see, he always sends the Spirit to go grab both of them. I play a lot of ET.
You're narrating every amount of damage that's going to come out, you know it all.
I mean, that's literally the only hero I play right now.
It's a pretty good hero to play, man.
Yeah, and
Oh.
Trying to go for the chase here. Yapzor gonna take a beating.
Dude, GH has got so much armor from it as well. He's just going to pummel this guy. Get over here, Yapzor.
Not able to get the kill though. The other little thing that you can do with ET, which you actually did do there, is you refresh your spirit immediately when it's about to die, when it's about to disappear, from the initial one, and you keep the damage. As a haste rune rotation comes out.
Oh, and Kuro. We go down there. Meanwhile, Shadow have that healing ward popped again as he backs away. Looks like so far still very even in the early goings of this. Much more active than we saw in the last game.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this is when you've got much solid lanes, right? Last time Liquid they didn't really have the greatest lanes at all in the game. It was a lot of pressure on a Pugna and kind of got
owned.
Kind of got grown, yeah. Kind of got owned. Kind of got crushed in the lanes, and then it became full catch-up game forever. Not this time though.
Tumbleman made his way down here bottom. Was just sort of farming away in the jungle, and Odie hasn't been able to push it too hard yet, as we do see the shackles now onto GH. Gets to walk away. Nisha looking for a bash yet again. He will find it. He gets the double bash.
Oh my god.
All right. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, Matu's doing the same thing as he did in the game yesterday when he was playing versus OD. It's like he gets level 5, 6, 7, and you have to make moves around. And yeah, like this move by mid one is great. He makes the way up top, not even just to set up for a kill, but just get rid of that stack so that they don't have to worry about ET just pummeling and chasing their cores. They throw a scan, now they're going to know. GH is going to scout and be kind of sad.
Oh no!
There is no more stack there for himself.
Such a big change. OD giving that AoE damage to the Arcane Orbs.
Definitely. And mid one's got a Midas. Oh, he's about to have a Midas finished up. It's 8 minutes in. That's very, very early. And you know that, I mean, Secret, with them picking a Void last pick, they're like, all right, we're okay going late. I mean, Liquid still, they have a very threatening late game too. Both teams are prepared for if it gets to that point.
And granted, Liquid do have a lot of heroes that can get stuff done earlier. You've got the Beastmaster, he can make rotations. Obviously, ET amazing at team fighting early. Once you get that level 6 as well, you can just, throwing out the big Echo Stomps.
Yep.
It looks like Liquid just going to sit comfortably down their bottom.
4 minutes faster than average. Yeah. That is early.
He did it with the Arcane Rune first, too.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah, he got it before he ended up popping
very
the
nice.
first time.
Wow, I actually didn't see that he had the Arcane.
Gush, Kuro, chased. Healing Ward wants to make sure that he won't get punched, but he's going to be able to back out. And something else to watch for as this game goes later, possibly, is going to be the Fate's Edict on the OD.
Yes. Fate's Edict on OD, and even Fate's Edict, if you're in a good position on the Void and the Carl, it's a little bit harder because it doesn't have the greatest cast range on that ability.
Right.
You see, it's one of his, it's actually his smallest cast range out of all of his, by quite a good margin.
Love to be able to pick up an Aether Lens later for Kuro.
And again, we see Secret there. They sent the OD to the jungle now. Since, I mean, Mid-One's got a Midas and stuff, and they're giving YapzOr the lane. We see this very common from a lot of teams. Just try to get your resources up high like that.
Jump forward, Chrono, he's able to barely get him right on the edge there. Now YapzOr's going to be able to find the shackles afterwards, trying to kill off Matumbaman. He will get that kill. Mid-One chasing forward here. The Astral Imprisonment, an eventual death. Disaster again for Liquid.
That's a move you want to do, though, right? You see the support farming, you're like, I know what's going on here. I know the core is jungling. I know they're giving YapzOr the lane, but Shadow Shaman is kind of beefy. And yeah, Nisha with a very, very quick TP and catching a very ideal Chrono. Is I believe Matu actually like kind of walked back into it, but it's not like he had a different avenue that he could really go.
And you look at this situation now, it's still the Shadow Shaman who's almost caught up to the Monkey King.
Dude, he almost has Aether Lens.
It's insane.
It's just YapzOr, right?
Certainly getting that kill helps. Does have the wards as from the top lane. They're going to use the roar here, try and take down Nisha. Is it going to be enough? They find that kill just barely.
Full control. Yeah, the stomp follow-up as well coming in, too.
See if you can get this jump away. I think things get a lot better. Good use of Glyph there so that he couldn't use the Omni Slash afterwards. Also, of course, here in the mid lane, they're going to try and clean up these wards. Mid-One chasing forward.
And they've got this catapult 10-minute wave, so they're really trying to force it forward. Echo Stomp will not connect on anybody. They really want to try to keep this tower alive as long as possible, but it's pretty damn tough versus this. Mid-One has his Midas up. Nothing to get it on it.
Chase, Wukong's command, root a little bit late to the party.
Yep.
And they won't even be able to save the tower. Oh, you got the deny.
Yeah,
okay.
they at least got a deny. That's great.
Big stuff.
That tower, though, is, as we always say, it's like the most important tower in the game. You lose a lot of map control when you give the enemy team a lot of ways to enter into your jungle.
Mid-One.
Have to chase. Not on the mark.
Heads up play there to get away. Able to escape from there. Puppey setting up here on a shadow, possibly. It's not an easy kill by any stretch of the imagination for either of these heroes.
It's just going to be an SNY build on Shadow. So he's just trying to get online early rather than going for like a greedy Battle Fury build. He's got ways of like enabling his damage already in this game too, right? They've got Beastmaster with the Aura. They've got the Elder Titan if he's ever to stand on top of people, which is going to be a bit hard with his natural order as well. So he will get amplified with that one. But his farm pace will definitely be slowed down because of that. He's going to have to be playing very active this type of build. Hero.
Gonna move in. We'll eventually get Astral there. Matumbaman's in the area. Kind of hard to jump into this one. Is the Stomp gonna follow it up? See if they can get YapzOr. The Stomp doesn't connect onto anybody. And now Mid-One moves into position. Matumbaman need to run. They have the Astral Imprisonment chasing from GH. We'll have another chase there with the Boundless Strike. The jump forward. They want to find it. Do they have the Chronosphere? They do. Waiting for the moment to go for it. They're actually saving the Chrono for now. Does still have Omni Slash, and they don't even need it. Just punch him down, dead.
Still have Chrono. He's still hunting.
Oh, I gotta be careful here. God, that's such good composure there from Nisha to hold off on that.
And he is going to be going through the Battle Fury build this game. They've got the Midas. They're going for the Battle Fury. Mid-One. Standing a bit far up here. He's looking pretty dead.
It's not anticipating Matumbaman sticking around, and that was much needed. Yeah. Shadow likes it.
Over-aggression being punished. Really wanted that creep wave. Those like a couple creeps. In a pretty risky position too, as all of his teammates had already like, backed off.
I will say it's a little bit scary seeing both the Midas and the Battle Fury. Granted, it's going to ensure their late game is amazing, but you have a lot of heroes that can get stuff done on Liquid. Haven't seen a roar yet. Could be another big opening for them to try and punish this secret greed, and looks like they're going to go for the opening with the Boundless Strike here, possibly immediately on to Nisha the chase forward. Can they kill him off in time? Yeah, no, he got it on.
Did Kuro not have a nuke? Oh my goodness.
Painful.
Radiant's bottom tower needs a hand. Radiant
I wasn't clicked on him. God damn it. I didn't see if I think he may have had like maybe a quarter of a second to the nuke or so. Anisha just surviving. And now, I mean, they've got their ultis ready, so yeah, when we talk about Secret, they have long cooldown ultis. They've used the OD ulti, but they've got Chrono and Ravage, so they're just throwing it onto poor Oracle, poor Kuro, but he survives.
Is he going to really walk away from this? Mind Control could roar him here if he wants to, or they're just going to use the stomp.
There's all of Secret's members in the area pretty much, except for the Sven.
All right, the wards are down. They still have Ravage if they want to use it as the shackles and the wards connect onto GH. The heal, the false promise. Save in private GH.
He's safe. Yeah, he's fine. Gonna heal up.
I mean,
get the tower.
That's a lot used.
Huh?
Can you take advantage of this? Is there any way to try and go in and again? I guess some of them in TP to the top lane, so
Yeah.
probably not.
They still have Ravage, too.
Yeah.
It's still a bit scary. Good one. Oh, he's Matu.
Oh!
Wait, he jumped from the tree.
He's on the tree!
vanished.
They know he's on the
He's on the
tree!
tree.
Get out of there,
And he
buddy!
took away. Oh,
Oh, sick.
that was funny. I actually haven't seen that one happen. With the, as you're jumping, you get astraled.
I appreciate that they have the little like status bar that keeps moving through the air.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. So it looks like Matu's going to be the one that goes for the gritty build on his team. I saw him queued up the Battle Fury on the Monkey King. He had Diffusal, but I guess since he saw Shadows going for the SNY and they're seeing this Midas build on the OD, they're like, all right, we have to be able to match some kind of greed here. Otherwise we could be in problems if we get to the later stages.
Mind Control is deep behind enemy territory there. And Nisha still not quite at the Battle Fury himself. He's been moving around, I think probably more than most would think.
Look at mid ones. Look what he just straight up bought. He just buys the Mystic Staff. As much intelligence as possible.
Yeah, that's scary. Because a lot of these heroes don't have the highest hit in the world at all.
They have 0 int heroes on the side of Liquid. Well, I mean, Oracle, but yeah.
I mean, he's going to die.
Yeah, that's not
before
yeah,
they
it's
click
support.
anyways.
You know, no core int hero or anything like that they can really deal with it.
And I mean, you do have things like Fate's Edict to try and like stop that, but Sammy's Eclipse comes out so quickly.
It does. It's like just super instant. Oh. Yeah, that's a lot of damage if he's able to get it on a couple heroes, and they've got Chronosphere up in 10, and they still have Ravage, and with this Vlad's, they're looking to set up for a rush. Everybody in the area. They've even got Serpent Wards too, and they will commit them.
This is pretty impossible to try and come and contest here.
Yeah, ET is one of the best heroes in the game at dealing versus Rush. You just throw your Spirit, you get Vision, you can constantly annoy them with stomps and slow them down. But as for committing and try to contest versus this triple ultimate that Secret has, it's a lot harder.
They're getting ready to get set up on Mind Control bottom afterwards if they need to. Puppey can obviously break any TPs that Mind Control has at the same time. Sticking around, sees that the OD is there. Now gonna get stunned.
They got Yapsor up on the shrine though. They had a trap there prepared for when they TP on the shrine. Now the roar.
Trying to turn, mid one in trouble. He's gonna go for the banishment, but Puppey at the very least should be able to walk away. Shadow also here.
Mid one went for the deny, but the boar actually got the last hit on the tower there from MC.
Really nice play there by Liquid to stick one hero on the shrine.
Yeah.
Oh, and what Zai just walks up onto the high ground,
Takes out the D-Ward.
Omni Slash immediately lays out there onto Nisha. Is going to be able to walk away though. The stun dodged by the Blade Fury and the TP away. Tells him, get back. Don't be here anymore.
Quite a tanky Tidehunter. Glad post buckler build going for that mech. Omni Slash does not do as much as like.
This feels like it's very close though still.
It does. Definitely does.
As the game becomes later and later, you know, OD, Faceless Void becomes an issue, but it does feel like there's a timing here for Liquid.
Yeah, it still is too. They've got this amplification. It's like you can never really rule out a team when they've got this like this ET. The aura really makes everybody do so much damage.
Oh. Well, Oracle.
He'll make them work for it a little bit here, but he will be extremely dead.
That's a long cooldown on the False Promise also.
Yeah, the first level of it is actually, it is pretty high. It used to be quite a bit lower. It's been added a little bit on.
Shadow doesn't have a TP. Needs to be careful there. Yeah, mid one can't quite catch up. So, 18 minutes, 2,000 gold lead, and Secret looking to try and keep the pressure on here as they're going towards the tier 2 tower in the mid lane. Bottom lane's pressured out pretty heavily though.
Yeah, the boars and books. keep pushing it in constantly, and now Secret, they are going to have to respond. They've got the Blink, as we saw revealed in the Yapso earlier, so they've got really good ways of catching now if there are those split push. We might see a ward, we might see a defensive ward come out from Secret in the bottom side of the map soon, because Mind Control is being a bit pesky, just staying down there, sending the boars. So is that a BKB queued up for GH? So he wants to be able to stand next to people. That's what he wants. He wants to be able to get on top of the Void, get on top of the OD for that reduction.
Oh, put to sleep. This could be a combo here if they're going to get the Purifying Flames perfectly together. Almost enough. Can they kill him off? No! Nisha gets away. That was close. The Spirit was on him at that point, right?
Yeah, but yeah, just not quite enough damage. It's only level 1 natural order. 2 supports, and now that's quite a bit committed there. And now GH will be punished. Oh man!
Oh my god!
They don't actually throw the ulti out there. Okay. I didn't think he needed it. That is very good. Guess he really wants to last it, and getting that last hit will secure himself a full hex at the 20-minute mark, which is pretty crazy on an OD.
And I mean, to be fair, like, if you don't have the ET, your team fight is completely done for Liquid pretty much, it feels like.
Yeah. Shadow.
Well, he didn't really have that many places left to go, and now they're going to find that Hex reveal onto Kuro, trying to stun, trying to kill. There's the Fate's Edict as well. The Astral Imprisonment able to get off the Omni Slash now on the mid one. He used the Astral before. Gone and in trouble. The chase forward for Nisha. Matumba Man wants to slow him down. Good use there of time dilation, and GH moving into position, but can't quite get there. The Spirit Stomp. Good plays.
And he dies with the Might. The Midas was up for a while even before he died too. Might is still on cooldown, or still up.
16 minutes faster than average. But it doesn't matter if you're dead, I guess.
Yeah, and him not having sanities there was actually quite big. Like, he hexed Kuro and was trying to go for this kill, and then the Monkey King comes in, and he's not able to finish off even the Oracle.
Yeah. That Fate's Edict is so valuable against the OD also.
Yeah.
I feel like that's, yeah, he's leveling that one up second. It gets down to 7-second cooldown and a 4.5-second duration.
Yeah, you always want to, especially you always want to have the 2 points in it because it allows you to do your double heal with your Fate's Edict, with your Purifying Flames during your ulti.
Another Hex used here. GH trying to interrupt. You want to get the max value out of this Hex that you can, but now you're in a little bit of position where you're going to get caught by the Earth Splitter. Matumba Man tries to jump through the trees.
He will be able to make it away.
There's Monkey King things.
Yeah, that's not like a, they're not trying to set up for a kill or anything. That's an Earth Splitter to just slow him.
Yeah.
That movement's being slow as Nisha.
No, they thought that Matumba Man was going to be there. Kuro.
Catches Kuro right on the edge.
Sick play. And now Kuro going to get pummeled as well here. And a really good Chronosphere from Nisha.
That's good. Very ideal Chrono.
And now another one caught. They're just falling apart here. The last couple of minutes have been really painful for Liquid.
Yeah, they're just playing. I mean, it's mostly them just doing this like split push kind of thing. Like, look, Mind Control has not really been showing up to anything. He's just using his book and constantly forcing waves out. Now maybe he's going to try to set up here for Puppey. He's got the roar. Puppey.
Nice. Play there from the Sven.
And Secret's able to get themselves that tier 2. And Yapstar has Serpent Wards. There's still some heroes dead on Liquid. Yeah, they're threatening high ground here for a bit.
You look at this lineup from Liquid, who really hits these wards? It's pretty much exclusively the Trumpet Rabbit able to catch up. The follow-up is going to be there maybe. No Shadow able to back away. They do have the Stomp that's going to connect only onto one, so put the Tidehunter to sleep. Do they have any follow-up afterwards? A good downward strike to try to interrupt. Shadow looking for the Omni Slash. The combination comes out before the Sanities, but it's onto the creep. He switches over Battle RNG, and now the jump forward. Matumba Man, are you going to be able to survive through this? The BKB is pretty good, and now with the Life Steal trying to chase that mid one, he's going to Astral himself, just trying to stay alive against Nisha, but the bash finishes him off, and now the barracks to fall.
Mind Control's trying to do his own kind of split push here. Puppey does buyback after dying though, and now Mind Control will get hexed up.
God, this Hex
will have to chase.
It's been so valuable, and they will eventually be able to find the kill on the GH also.
And Mitsukuro as well shows up.
Oh my God, Secret are killing them all over the freaking map. As mid one might end up dying to the boar, actually. The boar! Puppey, go hit the boar! He's trying to kill it off. Can he do it in time? It looks like mid one. Is he going to die to it? They find the Hex on the boar.
all 5 of Liquid, just even more of all 5 of Liquid died, right? How many buybacks did they use? Did they even use one there? I don't think they actually had it.
Respawns are short enough,
It was
but
just
I
short
think that
respawns.
GH
Yeah,
died twice.
I think so. You're right.
Oh God.
I mean, the series of events. I just pull up the gold graph, not to look at the gold increase, but to look at the green dots that just pop up on the bottom there. The momentum that Secret just got was absolutely insane. They had both of the ultis up as they're going up onto that high ground with the Ravage as well as that Sanities, and executed perfectly. And now they have Void Chrono again ready to continue this aggression as Shadow will walk directly into them.
And looking for that Chronosphere again, catching the Oracle simultaneously with that Juggernaut. Having deja vu here as Secret dismantling Liquid. And, you know, some of it's the Chrono, but also that Hex pickup. It's impossible to deal with at this point in the game.
Yeah, and even, I mean, YapzOr too, having like Aether Lens and the cast range talent too. He's got such ridiculous cast range to get his hexes off too in the fights. It's, yeah, Secret just making phenomenal moves in the last like 5 minutes. Nisha seeming to always be there when he's needed to set up for his chronos or just some bashes and right clicks.
Yeah.
As now they have a firm control on this game.
And, you know, not messing around at all. They dropped the wards down. Shadow Shaman bought Boots of Travel to make sure that he was here for the fight instead of going for the Aghanims. And
well, he can come back too. The thing is, he uses TP scroll to go to base. Yeah, he just bots right back in.
Why
just
not?
To deal with that mind control split.
Well, did have another stomp there that landed onto several. It's doing what you can in that top lane. Matumba Man trying to keep them back as Mind Control continues to tank tower, but it's one TP here. Try and retreat as they have the shackles onto that Beastmaster, and well, it's not a very farm spend, but he still hits pretty hard. So does YapzOr.
The 2 supports able to take out that Beastmaster. And Matu.
Trying to chase Phoenicia. And immediately jumps away.
Yeah. Back up, recollect those bounties, and I mean, damage was done again. 2 sets of racks already this early on. Secret with a 14k gold lead. And they prepared themselves to even be able to fight later. Like we mentioned, they went Midas, they went Battle Fury. And they're making the aggressive plays. A very good showing by Secret.
Early morning Dota, you love to see it. It's a little bit rough for Team Liquid for sure at this point in the game. 15,000 net worth lead, and you know, it just feels like there's that switch flipped.
And I mean, look at
it's
that
insane.
climb. It's crazy. It's like it was like those last, like we said, like those 5 minutes, just absolutely snowballed out of control. It's like they had that one little mistake in the river where they lost 3 heroes, and then a commanding control.
Well, and I think that it speaks again to, like, you know, maybe some of the coordination that you have in the team as well. Just gain everybody on the same page. It felt like it was single-mindedness coming from Secret, where they were all on the exact same page of what they need to do. And not necessarily that wasn't happening with Liquid, but the results speak for themselves a little bit here. As
Well, Liquid's been playing more of like a splitty game because they look and they're like, oh my god, Secret has Chrono, Ravage, OD, ulti, right? So Beastmaster and Mind Control's been playing the split push game for the most part, trying to catch and people go back, but I mean, Secret just found perfect opportunity.
on the high ground here.
They're ready. They're smoked.
The rest of his team is really far away. Zai is going to get Astral there. Now the mid one chase. Chrono to follow this one up. They have the sheep there with the wards dropped down. Liquid looking kind of okay in this. They buy back from the OD though. He's going to try and jump back in here if they can. The Ravage finally comes out, but they've already taken down that Faceless Void. They will lose the Jug, and now the chase forward. Matumba Man wanting to kill off Zai. They can find him before the OD gets into this fight. It could be good, but now that mid-1 has showed up, they need to run away. The strong range shackles onto that Oracle, able to get him. The Sanity's Eclipse kills off Mind Control. The sleep to try and run. Somehow Oracle's still alive here, but only for a moment. And it looks like the chase, it's not quite going to be there, but still the damage is done.
That was probably like the dream scenario for Liquid, right? They're up on the high ground, the Chronosphere catches. I think someone gets Fate Edict at the same time. Zai only clips like one hero with the Ravage on the side of it, but Shadow gets isolated in the river from the buyback from mid-1. And then the net worth advantage really speaks for itself in this one.
Oh yeah.
How they're able to take that fight, even though it's not looking the greatest start of it.
They do have buyback on the Juggernaut and the ET if they want to just throw bodies at him here in the next couple of minutes, but looks like Roche is gonna maybe be the call for Secret as they're gathering around that area.
Yeah, they've also got an Aghanims now on YapzOr, and he's level 20. So Aghanims Serpent Wards +1 Serpent Ward max HP as well. So this will be hurting quite a lot. A lot of like a couple level 20s coming on Secret, that is too. Is you see the OD. We used to see people taking the 20 strength, but now it's been like the sanities Eclipse multiplier pretty much exclusively.
149 in on this OD right now.
Yeah.
Liquid, they have Matumba Man.
They've got good vision around the rush. They've got a Hawk and they've got Matu on the tree.
Secret, they're still respecting the team fight that could come from Liquid. I keep on wanting to say Wings because Shadow shows up there.
I know. I've almost done that like 4 times. I see Wing Shadow, I'm like, oh!
Rip.
Time runs in.
Omni Slash yet again. We've seen this story before, but this time it works out a little bit better. Buyback to Tidehunter. Got to get it before that Tidehunter gets back into the base, but the jump in, the Chrono Spirit's on all of them. But look at the close. It's still working. He's just caught for the moment, but he was able to get that Aegis, so it might not matter in the end as Shadow trying to run down Puppey. They're seeing if they can control YapzOr as the chase comes and they kill off Mind Control. There's going to be the Hex, the follow-up Shackles, and the stomp next. All right, a turnaround, but Mid-1's there.
Yeah.
And that's going to be about all she wrote as they lose yet another hero. Mid-1 chasing, seeing if they can find GH and YapzOr. He's got him in the sights. The Shackles are there, and Mid-1 is going to slowly dismantle. Triple kill for the OD.
Yeah, they just throw everything into the rush, but they're like, doesn't matter if it's low, doesn't matter anything like that. Just Chronosphere, throw out your Serpent Wards too, and we see Zai and Mid-1 throwing snowballs at each other. They're having a good time.
You can tell that they're having fun while playing Dota for sure as they move in and they're just gonna go for the throne. No fuss, no muss. There's a butterfly on the Faceless Void and looks like the tier 4 towers are gonna fall as very shortly we're gonna be seeing those 2 letters come out from Team Liquid. GG.
Very solid showing from Secret in both games. This one looking a little bit closer, but I mean it ramped up at an incredible pace. After like one mistake, Secret's just like, all right guys, no more mistakes. Let's smash. And that seems like what had happened right after that like 22-minute mark.
You know what it is?